darling. So I am here with my personal chiropractor, Dr. Johnson.
Hello.
And I thought it was really important to do this video, although it's probably different than all of my other videos, because I get a lot of questions about posture, especially when we're sewing all day. And I'm always either over my sewing machine or on my computer, which wreaks havoc on my posture. And so I started seeing Dr. Johnson for several reasons, but mostly because of my tension headaches, which then I found out was linked to my bad posture and my diet and so many other things. So I thought it'd be really helpful if I asked Dr. Johnson a couple of questions that could possibly help you. So one of the things that I found out when I came to see you is that you're completely different than my previous chiropractor experiences. I think people think that when they go to the chiropractor, it's like 10 minutes, they get some bones popped, and then they walk out, and they don't really see the benefit or really understand the benefit of how getting all those bones in place helps the flow of your body. To some degree, I guess he'll talk better about that, but so before, that's exactly what happened. I would go in, I would get adjusted, then I would leave, and that was literally it. At the office here, I get a massage, I get some ultrasound happening, I get a whole lot of things that go on. So can you talk about your differences?
So there are a lot of chiropractic offices that you're in and out real quick, but for me, in my opinion, you gotta work the muscular system to help with the skeletal system and the nervous system. It's mostly important is about the nervous system, but if you only work the skeletal, then the muscle gets ignored. So here at Johnson Chiropractic, we work with the muscles to help support the skeletal system, and then the nervous system is happy in between and much healthier. So we put a little more TLC into each patient, and then in the long run, it pays off extremely more, in my opinion.
So specifically to what I do, either over my computer or really over my sewing machine. When we sew, we tend to be here in the sewing machine. And can you talk a little bit about what that causes?
So when you're working, whether you're at an office or at the sewing machine or you're driving a taxi all day, we start to slowly sink into our, especially for you guys, the sewing machine. And you're so focused on the work that you don't even think about your body until it's at the end of the day and you sit up and you're like, oh my God, what have I done to myself?
Right.
So what we're trying to do is make sure that patients are getting up and stretching, taking a little after 30 minutes or so, doing a big stretch, because if you're not, the muscles start to tighten down because they're all trying to pull you back up and give you good posture. We all say posture, like it's this key word, but we don't really apply it. You know, we always think we're supposed to work on it, and we are working on it, but in fact it's this over and over every day. So I'm trying to set the mind frame for all my patients to get into that head to check themselves, you know, especially with these jobs, desk jobs, sewing, that are so often putting you into these harmful positions for the spine, because it's just putting damage on the muscular system, it's putting damage on the nervous system, and eventually you are going to be that little old lady that can't look up, you know, she's
Right.
Because the bone has collapsed from all the pressure itself.
That's what I feel after I spend all day at the sewing machine. Well, before, because now I'm very aware of my posture all the time. But I would feel that way once I was done. It was like I was lifting somebody off my shoulders almost from the weight. And so now I've lowered my chair so that my feet are flat on the ground and my eye level with my machine, as opposed to being like this all the time. And so that's really helped a lot.
Huge.
Yeah. And then also when I'm walking. But is that one of the things that could be causing headaches? What are some of the things that people may not think about going to the chiropractor for versus I've taken every medicine for my headaches. I took every ibuprofen, Advil, cold cloths. I mean, everything people would send me, teas. I've tried it all. Nothing helped until I came to see you. So what are the things that people may not be relating to chiropractic services?
The thing that we don't notice is that, I'm glad you hit on the pills, because everybody starts to use these pain medicines or teas or whatnot just as a band-aid in a sense. And nobody wants to put the time in to actually work a little bit on posture, strengthening the muscular system to support the skeletal system, to help change these things all around. So headaches, TMJ, shoulder pain, low back pain, knee pain, hip pain, let's see, what else? Probably, they're all, the song goes, the hip bone's connected to the knee bone's connected to the leg bone. It really makes sense because when we're taking care of our body posturally wise and supporting it with the muscular system, then your body is allowed to thrive. The nervous system can breathe, and it can communicate from your brain to your lungs, to your heart, to your body. Everything is wrapped around this nervous system. So the more you can focus on keeping that proper posture and keeping everything free of impingement, it's going to be a huge difference in your health overall.
Yeah, I think it's important. That's just why I wanted to do this video, because I would have never thought to go see a chiropractor for my tension headaches. And trust me, I got them all the time, almost weekly sometimes. And sometimes almost debilitating, where I couldn't get out of bed. I had to lay down all day, and it was really rough. And a friend of mine who suffered from the exact same headaches that lasted 2 to 3 days, said, you should go see my chiropractor. He's amazing, and it's helped my headaches. And I would have never thought to do that. So that's why I think it's really important for people to hear from another person who they trust and rely on, that there's more to it than just going to get some bones, adjusted. And then also, we spoke a little bit about diet. So how is diet kind of related to?
Your health is what you are, what you eat. Correct me if I'm wrong, and in this day and age, it's all about trying to get fast, and we're all working so hard and we want to get that meal fast and quick, but we don't think about what we're actually putting into our system. Your body needs nutrition, whether it's, not to mention water, and we want to eat real food. But in today's day and age of fast food and processed foods, we're not getting the nutrition they were getting in the older generations when they were really eating real food and real meats and vegetables, etc., etc. Today everything is so instant. So what you feed your body is going to help your strengthening your whole system. So it's alcohol or sugar or dairy. All these things are inflammatory and dangerous for your system. And instead it should be vegetables and water and clean meats, etc., etc.
Yeah. Well, after I had my initial consultation or visit with Dr. Johnson, we went home and started looking into all the things that we had talked about, specifically about sugars. And I literally cleared out my entire pantry. Everything, I was amazed at how many things in my cupboards and in my refrigerator contained not just one type of sugar, but like 3 or 4 different types of sugars that I didn't even know were sugars. And so since then, I've been adapting, I guess, a paleo diet. So I've been eating only whole foods and vegetables and clean meats, and I've removed all the sugar and dairy from my diet. And I immediately started to see a difference, feel a difference in my body, where food sensitivities that I wasn't even aware of, I no longer feel when I eat. So I'm really excited about continuing on that path.
Yes.
So if there's anybody who's interested in visiting a chiropractor, how often do you think they should visit? What do you think they should ask?
It all depends on each person. Some people have never been to the chiropractor. The average person's like late 30s, early 40s. So they've never been, so they've got most likely a lot of muscular damage over the years of wear and tear. And so for those people, you want to start off on once a week, maybe twice a week. If you're in a car accident, that's going to be multiple times, because it's such a traumatic experience for the body. But for healthier people that are maybe a little bit younger or really taking care of their muscular system to support the skeletal system, I like once a month. Once a month will be more than enough. It's when people start to fall off and they're not going to a regular visit or a checkup. Similar to a dentist. You wouldn't go to your dentist just once in your lifetime. You're going to go and get your checkup on your teeth just the same as you would all your joints in your spine.
Right. Well, thank you so much for answering these questions for me. I think it's really, really helpful. And I will, of course, link to all of his information. So if you're in Los Angeles, make sure and visit Dr. Johnson. I promise you won't be disappointed. Thank you, Dr. Johnson.
My pleasure. Thank you.